Now let us learn the oxidation state of these transition elements. Now the oxidation state are variable in transition state. That is, it is its notable characteristic that transition elements show variety of oxidation states in their compounds. Now these oxidation state of first transition series. See the oxidation state of the first transition series, that is the D series. Now you have to remember all the characteristics of this first transition series. That is always asked into the examination. Now these if we write the elements of this first transition series, and if we write to lower side of each element their oxidation state, it will be as like the pyramid. Why? Because the middle elements, now I write in this way because I have to show you the outer electronic configuration. But if I write all these elements in the straight line, and if I write these oxidation state below them, then a pyramid will be formed. Why? Because the middle element, that is manganese, have the large different number of oxidation state, and the scandium, which is the first element, have only 2 oxidation state. Then one oxidation state increases in every element, and again what happen, as the d orbital get paired, that means unpaired electron decreases, again the number of oxidation state decreases, and lastly in zinc and copper there are only 1 and 2 oxidation states are there. So pyramid will be formed. Why this happen? Why these that is the D block element or transition element show the variety of oxidation state? Because their d orbital contain unpaired electron. The number of unpaired electron in the d orbital increases, and therefore what happen? The oxidation state also increases. Now see here, scandium have only 1 unpaired electron into the d orbital, so it show only the 2 oxidation states. Why this +2 and +3 oxidation state will be there? If the 1 electron from this 4s and 1 electron of this d get eliminated out, then there is the +2 oxidation state. And if all the 3 electrons are given by this scandium atom, then there is formation of +3 oxidation state. Do you understand what is this +2? That means scandium +2 oxidation state, scandium +3. Why? Because these electrons are given out by the scandium atom and they form such oxidation state. Now here there are the 2 unpaired electrons, because d orbital have the 5 different shells into that, and one electron in the first d, second d, in this way. There are unpaired electron into the d orbital. Do you understand that? And due to that, what happened? The 3 different oxidation states are developed in case of titanium. Because if the 4s, all these 2 electrons of 4s are given, then the +2 state of titanium. If all these 2 and 1 electron of d are given, +3 state will be formed. If all the 4 electrons are given out by the titanium atom, +4 state will be formed in this way. And in this way the manganese have now 5 unpaired electron, because D subshell contain the 5 orbitals, into that 1 unpaired electron. All the 5 unpaired electrons if given out, and all these 2 electrons in the 4s orbital are given out, then which state will be formed? +7 state will be formed. And if 1 electron only given out from this 4s, then the +6. And in this way, as the electrons are given out by these manganese, the different from +2 to +7 state, that is the 6 different oxidation state will be formed in case of manganese. And the middle elements have the higher number of oxidation state, because they contain the more number of unpaired electron into the d orbital. Now let us see here. Now these are the outer electronic configuration. In case of copper, what of copper and chromium, the that is the 4s electron, one of the 4s electron goes into the 3d orbital in case of chromium. So remember that in case of chromium there is the +5 oxidation state as well as +6 oxidation state also, because all these electrons are given out, then chromium atom will form the +6 oxidation state. And in case of copper, what happened here? Here also one of the 4s electron goes into the 3d orbital. Why? Because that is the expected configuration of copper is 3d9 4s2. But for the stability of this completely filled d orbital, one electron goes into the 3d orbital. So all the electron in case of copper there may be give region, while in case of copper there are no more number of oxidation state, only 2 oxidation state. Why there? Because the completely filled d orbital do not give easily the electrons. The electrons which are given by the copper atom are only the 4s electron. So the +1 state will be formed, and if one electron from the 3d and one electron from this 4s are given out, then +2 state will be formed. And in case of zinc, what is there? Both the orbital 4s and 3d orbital are completely filled, so no chance. But sometimes these 4s electrons are given out, and so only +2 state will be there. And therefore, as the number of unpaired electron in 3d orbital increases, the number of oxidation states are also increases. For example, scandium have only one unpaired electron, and so its oxidation state is only of 2. You show in this table 2 oxidation state, and while manganese have 5 unpaired electron, so the oxidation state show by the manganese are the 6, from +2 to +7. Now let us learn the physical properties in the first series of the transition element. In your syllabus you have only to prepare about the properties of only the 3D series, that is the first series. Not required 4D, 5D and 6D series. Now let us study the physical properties of first transition series. What are the physical properties? You know that melting point, boiling point, color, luster, density, refractive index, all these are the physical properties. So all the transition elements are metals. We know that the d block elements are the metals. There are no any non-metals or metalloids into the d block element. So the first physical properties, all are metals, and they show the property of the characteristics of the metal. All the properties which are the characteristics of the metal. Which are that property physical? Luster. Metals are malleable, ductile. You know that. That is the meaning of these words. Malleable means if we hammer, it converts into the sheet, and ductility means if we give a pressure on that metal to both sides, then it is converted into the wire. So all the transition elements metal show all the transition elements are metal, show the properties of the metal, all the characteristic property of the metal. They are hard, lustrous, malleable, ductile, and they form the alloy with the other non-metals or metal also. Alloy, you know that in Marathi it is called as the sammishra, as that of the that is bronze is the alloy of the copper and zinc. They are good conductor of heat and electricity. Now except zinc, cadmium, mercury and manganese, all the transition elements have one or more typical metallic structure at ambient temperature. Ambient temperature means that is the temperature of room temperatures. Not very low or not very high temperature, the ambient temperature, and they show the metallic structures except the zinc, cadmium, mercury and manganese. Mercury is the liquid metal, you know that, and this transition metal except these zinc, cadmium and mercury are very hard and have the low volatility. Low volatility means that they are not converted directly into the gas from solid by heating. They possess high melting and boiling point. Now this is about the that is the physical property. Now I show here the melting point of these transition elements, the tungsten have the highest peak. Tungsten. So tungstens are usually in the bulbs, in the lights, and it is very white metal and give very white, that is the light after if we heat that, and so it is always used into the lights. And now see the atomic and ionic, about the atomic and ionic radii about that.